Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Grand Lux by Cyril Marchetti. There's a website. I'm having a hard time getting it to focus. Hopefully it will this time. usgamesinc.com. I said it wrong on a couple other videos, so hopefully this one goes well. That way you can freeze frame if you need to. Supportive Oracle Cards, Energy Oracle Cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. That's Ann with an E. Websites for Sundra. There's a couple actually. HeyHouseRadio.com. This is a circa... Well, this printing is from 2013 anyway. And there's also other Hay House websites right there. I know Hay House... I'm pretty confident Hay House is still around, kicking. So if any of that information works for you, feel free to freeze frame and use it as you want to. Okay, what do we have for Gemini? Are we feeling Geminiacal? I think Gemini is usually playful, so I think it's funny when that comes out. So, I don't know, hopefully it doesn't sound bad, but Gemini knows how to have fun usually. Nine of Cups, right here at the bottom. Nine of Cups, let's see. And you like to have fun, why shouldn't you like to have fun, right? You know where to have it and when to have it. I feel like you're having fun. There's something about having fun. Especially because when this is starting out, whatever the situation is, I'm starting to feel trapped. I'm starting to feel like I'm stuck and I'm bored. I feel like there's a bored energy here. Like, you know, this isn't working for me. I'm kind of feeling bored. I need some type of change. Now, this doesn't have to be like... How to explain this? For example, if this is a work situation, this doesn't have to mean getting a whole another job, but maybe changing how the job is done or how you do the job, something along those lines. Because what I feel like what we need to happen here, not to jump too far ahead, the world coming in with the Nine of Cups or Pentacles, I don't think it's a major change like the whole situation. It's almost like, for example, if it's a house, maybe you're getting bored with your house. You don't have to buy a whole new house, but maybe you need to have an upgrade. Maybe you have to redesign something and have something changed, or maybe at least move the furniture around, something like that. Like, for example, maybe what you need to do is, like, you're looking at your living room and you're like, I'm just kind of bored of this, the colors, the knickknacks, whatever I got going on. So maybe it's time to sell a bunch of stuff that you don't want anymore, repaint that room, maybe have some cosmetic upgrades done to it, buy new furniture, buy new knickknacks with the stuff you sold, with the money from the stuff you sold, and get a whole new outlook on this same space. That might be the world changing for you. That could be what that is. Because I feel like the Nine of Pentacles coming in with the world, it's not like, you know, we're leaving and buying a whole new house, or we're leaving our job and finding a whole new job. But we got to restructure what we already have. I feel like that's what we're trying to do. Because you're trying to be patient, you're trying to work with what you got, but it's kind of like maybe we can, you know, have an overhaul that I wasn't thinking could happen before, which is odd because usually Gemini can see a lot. Well, okay, you can see a lot of different angles, but if you're not looking in that direction, for example, if you're looking north, you're not realizing what's behind you in the south. So if we just kind of turn your attention to the south, you can see a lot of possibilities there. So it's kind of like taking what you already have and revamping it in a way that works better for you. Ironically, I think this not only works for you, but it may revitalize things for other people as well. You're not the only person who feels stuck. I don't feel like you're the only one. You seem to have a lot of company. I was going to say comrades or compatriots. I don't know why that compatriots was coming through. And the fact that you come forward with an idea, I feel like you just got to get that ball rolling. That's the thing about Gemini, and I love this about Gemini. You start that ball rolling, and sometimes you start a conversation going. Somebody gives you some information, and you're like, oh. And that gives you 5 other ideas. And they give you some other information, and you're like, oh. And they give you a bunch more ideas. The more somebody gives you, more information somebody gives you, something to hold on to, you can find so many different ways to use that. So it's like looking at this room, and you're like, yeah, I want to change it. I don't like how it is. And somebody's like, yeah, can you imagine if we, got some molding over here and did some wallpaper just in this spot, then this over here in this spot, and then this over here in that spot. And you're like, well, I don't know if I like that version of it, but that opens up door in my mind to think of all these other things that could happen. The creativity will just explode in your brain, is what I'm getting. Because somebody else is like, hey, yeah, that's a great idea. I'm very used to what we're doing. But if you're telling me we can keep the same house and just make it a lot more enjoyable, I've been thinking about that too. When I get the Seven of Pentacles coming in the environment, somebody else has been thinking for a long time, yeah, I'd like this to go a little different. I was thinking about this, and that's what I was thinking I'd like over there. And I've been thinking about this for a long time. So it's kind of like they're already kind of going your direction. So to them, it's not that hard to get them to go that way, is what I'm getting. They've been kind of thinking about it, but they just haven't been moving forward on it. They've been kind of comfortable with the way it is, but they're like, yeah, some upgrades would be nice. Some changes would be nice. The first thing, well, yeah, you got fire coming in. You got a lot of fire. You got the Knight. Yep, the Knight of Wands and the Emperor coming in. The Emperor is also fire, compatible fire for you. You're going to have to move it forward. How do I put this? You don't have to do it all yourself. You don't have to be the one doing everything, but you have to move it forward. How do I explain this? So it's kind of like, all right, say you've decided the knickknacks. I don't want these little snow babies anymore. I don't want these little precious moment things anymore. I'm over it. They've been here forever. I don't want them anymore. So it's kind of like you started off like, all right, let me look at here. What are ones I got from like some relatives, or what ones were gifts that I want to keep? What ones are really mean a lot to me that I don't want to get away? I don't want to sell them, but I want to put them away for now. Maybe I just want to put them away for now. So you're starting a process going through this room, looking at this stuff, and you're kind of like, well, while I'm doing that, why don't you get somebody else to help you? Why don't you take all those over there on that shelf? I don't want those anymore. So could you just put them in that box, and we'll start, getting them ready for the garage sale, or sell them online, or whatever we're going to do with them. So you got them helping you with that. So, and you have somebody else like, okay, these over here, I don't like any of those. So if you like any of those, you can go take some of those, whatever you don't like, if you would just put those in this box. So take what you want, what you don't want, please put in this other box. So that way, at least I get them off that shelf. And then you have somebody else like, while they're doing that and I'm doing this, if you could just, go through and clean the shelf off and dust it and, squirt some cleaner on it, whatever you got to do. So you have people doing it. You don't have to do it all yourself, but I think you're going to have to orchestrate who does what. So just keep yourself in that mindset. If you orchestrate who does what and just keep them moving forward, you don't have to do it all, but like say, you clean this up, you go through that, like we just talked about. If you don't do that, it doesn't feel like it gets off the ground, just to be fair. So if you don't want to do that, you don't want to do that. I get that. It's totally your ball of wax, but if you don't orchestrate it, there's another word I want to say, but I don't know what it is. Coordinate it. There we go. If you don't do that, I just don't think it's going to change. For judgment to go in your favor, you can't just like start it off and walk away. You have to start it off and keep it going and coordinate it the whole way to the finish point. So if you want it, that's how it happens, because judgment will go in your favor. This is definitely in your wheelhouse to do. Just keep it moving forward. I do feel like you have a very compatible energy around you with this, by the way. Because I feel like with the 5, like people want this to change. And they want to stay involved in the situation. Whoever you're dealing with feels like if they just let you do what you want and they don't pay attention, they might not end up with the result they want. So they will be helpful and they will like work with you. That way also, for example, say there's something you're like, oh, I don't like these anymore, I'm thinking about getting rid of them. They're like, but I like them. You can tell them, all right, well, then take what you want and pack it up and put it away. Like, and what you don't want, put over here and we'll get rid of it. Like, they'll be involved. I feel like they're more compatible. You just got to keep moving it forward. I get like a lot of support here, actually, with the 8 of Pentacles and the yin and yang. They can either work with you and get a result that they also like, because you're very negotiable. I feel like you're very negotiable. I just need it to change. I feel like you're very like, yeah, I'm willing to work with other people if they want this or they want that. I can work with people. I can see other possibilities. I can negotiate, not a problem. But I feel like I keep getting this attitude like if they just leave you to your own devices, whatever happens, they're just stuck with it. And they don't want that, so they keep working with you. So it's up to them. If they want to enjoy it just as much as you, they need to be participating. You're very negotiable. I feel like you're very negotiable. You also have a very compatible energy. Like, this whole situation is very compatible. The star card sometimes talks about Aquarius. I know you're not Aquarius, but you're very compatible with that energy. I feel like this, every now and then, be aware of this. The other side might pull ahead. Realize they won't stay that way. They may go ahead and like move ahead and like say, for example, we're cleaning things out. And they're like, hey, I'll take care of this, I'll take care of that. They may take the lead on a couple things, but once that piece is done, they're going to peter out. You're going to have to stay in control, keep moving forward, keep coordinating. If you want to step back and let them do that piece for a moment, let them lead that way for a little moment, let them do that. And once they kind of slow down and they sit back, you got to pull forward and get moving again, or else the situation's going to go to a dud. It's going to dud out. It's going to, nothing's going to happen. So I feel like every now and then they're going to move forward without you telling them to, and they're going to take the lead, but it's a temporary lead. When they step back and they kind of slow down for a minute, you have to come back forward if you want success in this situation. I do see the way this is going. Everybody should be happy. I'm getting the 9 of Cups for everybody, for you and for whoever you're dealing with. So everybody should be happy within, as realistically as you can get anyway. Like, I don't know if we can believe in like a perfect ending here, but as happy as everybody's going to get, that's going to happen, if that makes sense. They'll be as happy as they're going to be, and so won't you. I'm not saying everybody's going to be skipping down the street giving people high fives, but it could get there. You never know. I mean, it's possible. Anything else here? All right, I think we're there. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.